The normally peaceful region of Iraqi Kurdistan has for over a week now been rocked by anti-government protests, largely focused in the region's second largest and traditionally most liberal city of Suleymaniah. At least 4 people have so far been killed, with countless injured. The protesters, inspired by the demonstrations occurring throughout the Arab world, are calling for an end to corruption, nepotism and a lack of basic services. However, government figures accuse the major opposition party, Goran, known in English as the Movement for Change, of manipulating the protests for their own agenda.
What the Movement for Change does is completely against the purpose of an opposition. The opposition is there to criticize the failings of the government and to provide alternative solutions. But what the Change movement wants is to completely topple the government and deny any service it has ever provided.
In the wake of the most bloody day of the protests, in which 3 were killed in Suleymaniah, Goran party branches were vandalised and burned throughout the region. Goran members accused government military and security forces of carrying out these attacks and said that they'll withdraw their officers from those areas dominated by the government parties.
It is a fact that the current system here in Kurdistan is a military dictatorship and serves only a very limited number of people. This system is propped up by the governing 2-party coalition, who are against any voice wishing to change it.
A harsh war of words was ignited following the demonstrations, with government figures threatening to crush Goran and accusing the party of manipulating the protest to their own ends.
The demands that the protesters have of the current system are not the demands of just the Goran party, but of every single person in this region. What we are for is the removal of injustice, removing the unjust system of administration and giving freedom to the people.
The government denies any similarity with other protests in the Arab world, as political leaders in Iraqi Kurdistan were chosen in elections judged to be largely free and fair.
What has happened now in Tunisia and Egypt is what happened 21 years ago in Iraqi Kurdistan. What people demand here now is the reform of the system, the tackling of unemployment, high prices and corruption. But we received a mandate from the people in the elections. We are working hard to carry out reforms.
It must be pointed out that the protests in Iraqi Kurdistan have not reached the proportions of those in the Arab world and have not materialized at all in those areas that are considered political strongholds of the governing parties.